I don't know. Oh, every one of them is probably the crudest thing you'll hear today.
Hey,
So
that's fine.
I need to, I need to come up with one that's perhaps PG, more PG
Nah,
rated.
we're above PG. You can let it fly.
All right, fine. Well, there was this one time. Uh, shit, I can't remember where. Longview, I want to believe. Anyway, wrestlers had groupies, right? Why am I going to tell this fucking story? This will open me up. All right, wrestlers have groupies, and groupies get bored, and wrestlers get bored. I suppose. Me personally, I was already married, so I was the guy that at the time, had the PS1 and the N64 in his case, and I just wanted to play games in my hotel room and be left the fuck alone. And I was there to make money, not spend money, and these guys were nuts. So anyway, they had a groupie in the fuck. They had a groupie in the room, and I get a phone call down to my room. Hey, Enigma, because that's what we. Even though we knew each other's real names, we never call each. We call each other the same shit. Y'all, the fans call us and whatnot. Enigma, get your ass up here. You've never seen anything like this in your life. All right, that sounds. I'm 140 miles away from home. I'll take it. So I go up to the room, and what they had done is they went to. Have you ever seen the wrestling helmets, like the amateur wrestling helmets that goes over your head?
Oh yeah,
And it has the
protection.
strap on the top. Yeah, they had already had one of those because one of them was an amateur wrestler, and they had gone to a sex shop and they had gotten a rather large prosthetic of the male member, and and they went to Walmart or somewhere and got a slip and slide. And what they were doing, they put fuck it the dildo on top of the helmet, right? And they were basically bowling each other down this slip and slide to a groupie whose legs were open at the end of the slip and slide and called it the Rhino.
Holy cow!
Happy 420, everybody. Fuck, my box is gonna explode now. But yeah, that's the Rhino. That's one story. I could tell you about the times I caught people drunk pissing into the ice machines at
Oh,
hotels, which is
I'm
why I
never
will
using them
never.
again. That's it. I'm not
Yeah,
using hotel ice receipt.
I refuse to, man. I take my own ice everywhere I go. Like you just never know.
What was it like when you met, like you were saying, like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero? What was it like meeting people like that? I mean, at the time, were there people that you looked at as like heroes and mentors, or was just like, oh, this is another colleague?
Some of them, oh yeah, like Terry Funk, Mick Foley, I held in the highest esteem. Samoa Joe, I mean, I would hold them in the high esteem unless they started becoming a shithead, like Buff Bagwell. That dude there, something was wrong with him. But yeah, it's a mutual respect society, and if there's somebody like an Eddie Guerrero or Rey Mysterio, somebody that's, I mean, no question, they're levels above what the rest of us in the locker room were. Yeah, you definitely show respect, and they were really really cool. Uh, Conan, if you remember him, that was a fun story. He wouldn't mind me telling this either. I got Conan weed once while he was down here. Got to smoke with him once. That was really fun because the dude kept forgetting that I didn't speak Spanish like the whole fucking time he was backstage. Disco Inferno, I felt really bad for. You remember Disco Inferno from
Yep.
WCW?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a show down at the horse track down here, and I was on the same card, and he was pumped to be there, and Terry Funk was also there, and Vampiro. Funk and Vampiro, they had just a smorgasbord of fucking people ready to meet them. Poor Disco was at the table with like one like 50-year-old lady hanging on him, and that was fucking it. So I always felt kind of bad for him because he was showing up ready to be a superstar, and everybody just kind of shit on him. Okay, it was funny. Let's just say it. That shit was funny.
Did you ever have people like the veterans like treat you bad? Because like I remember reading some stuff, mainly in like WCW, where someone would be kind of new, like a rookie, and then like you'd have some veterans that would treat them like shit, and then other ones that were cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's shit. You can get that in any workplace though.
That's
But yeah,
true.
we definitely had the older guys that wouldn't respect you until most of the time it took somebody trying you in the ring and you like slapping the shit out of them back. Like it was back then, it's totally different than now. Like everything, like if somebody gets slapped hard now, like all of a sudden they're on Twitter talking about bullying or whatnot. But it was more of tough love back then. Like you weren't gonna make it on the road like it was back then unless you had tougher skin. So I can see where some of them came from. Some of them were just dicks, just to be dicks. But those guys, you know, you see the same people coming up as you do on the way down, and you get to see them later on in their more humbling days when they're realize what a shitbag they've been and why you won't go get them a beer and tell them to go fuck themselves.